Ohio and Kentucky are among dozens of states asking for Congress to change the National Human Trafficking Hotline.
The attorneys general from those states say that tips need to get to law enforcement faster, but as our James Pilcher reports, it set up a conflict with those who operate the system. It's a story you will see only right here on Local 12.
The attorneys general from 35 states, including Ohio and Kentucky, signed this letter asking Congress for changes in the Polaris Human Trafficking Hotline. They're asking for better access to tips to help law enforcement crack down on traffickers. Ohio AG David Yost says he understands concerns about survivors' privacy.
We should have those conversations, but it needs to be funneled timely to people who can do something about it. And that's what the letter was really about.
The hotline only passes on tips immediately if they involve a minor or if the situation includes an immediate threat or if someone has been hurt or killed. Otherwise, a caller needs to give permission to have a tip shared with law enforcement. Polaris project operators declined interview requests. In a statement, Polaris said in part, the hotline must have the trust of victims and survivors we serve. The hotline works with victims to determine what they need to begin to break free and rebuild their lives. Survivor advocates also say many trafficking survivors don't want to talk to police for fear of being arrested themselves. But Ohio Deputy Attorney General Carol O'Brien says the hotline can be a valuable tool for police. Yet she says months can go by before a tip gets to law enforcement.
We rely on tips in the human trafficking field to be able to investigate and to help victims and to hold the traffickers responsible.
Heather Wagers runs the Kentucky AG's Office of Trafficking Prevention. She says tips from people other than the victims should also be passed on.
That could be a family member, a friend, an educator, healthcare professional, neighbor, another survivor, a community member, any of those individuals.
James Pilcher, Local 12 News.
So we have some numbers we want to break down for you right now. Ohio saw 1,161 calls into that hotline in 2021, leading to 291 cases being identified. That ranked 6th nationally when you look at the numbers state by state. Kentucky had 353 calls, resulting in 115 actual cases, ranking that state 25th. Indiana's number in 2021 was 467 calls for 123 cases. That was the 23rd most nationally. The National Human Trafficking Hotline number is on your screen. It is 888-373-7888.